Hey there, folks, and welcome back to the Xiongnu Campaign. Last time we had a fairly active episode, despite being at peacetime, to let our AE decrease, as we colonized essentially the rest of Mobe, the rest that we could reach at least. All that remains of Mobe, at least outside of our control, is the land held by Jiru. We will be going after them fairly soon, of course. Our truce with them is up in about 2.5 years. Our truce with Jushi is up a little sooner, just in about 1 year, a little over 1 year. I do still think it makes sense to go after Jushi first. This should not take a lot of AE to claim in the deal, and it does secure our borderlands to just being over here, which is already fortified. We can easily fortify this, and then down here there's uninhabited, so this is sort of protected, and we've fortified this. Basically, my goal with this is to minimize the number of actual tiles that do border other nations. Not that I'm concerned about other nations attacking me and winning in a war, except for maybe Qin, but it's more about just trying to consolidate things and get things in control. I'll also possibly move the fort from Donkiemi down further. So I guess I could keep the Donkiemi fort just as a backline fort, but whatever the case, we're up to 15k, almost 16k max manpower now with all of the Xiongnu population in our nation. I think what's also happened here is there's been another round of pops converting, or assimilating rather, to our culture in the background as things have progressed, which is quite good. We also, by the way, speaking of Xiongnu pops, have a Xiongnu tribesman, actually 3 Xiongnu tribesman settler pops coming up to Longcheng to resettle up there, just so they're put to use somewhere important. And then aside from that, I think I'm going to leave all this unfortified for now. I guess I don't really have enough money to do any fortification anyways, and although I do have enough stability to do another round of migrations, I actually don't have any more territory to really migrate to. I could strategically do some migrations to just move more population, for example, into Longcheng, where it's going to be a bit more productive, and that's something I certainly should consider, actually. I guess I could take a look at that now. Let's start this episode off with a bit of a goofy thing here, but yeah, I think I need to move. Let me set up another migration area from next to South Bahai. South Bahai can colonize with money fairly comfortably, so let's just set one more up. Actually, let me look here. Yeah, I can turn all these slaves into tribesmen. I think I probably should do that. Where are some areas where there's going to be a lot of slaves? Jihai has a lot of slaves. Yeah, let me set it up over here, actually, by Jihai. That's the original spot I was going to set it up at. Not do it at Jihai itself, but possibly at Ovut is probably a good spot. Okay, let's set it up at Ovut. Do we have enough Xiongnu in the area to pull this off? Possibly. We're going to need just a plurality of Xiongnu in Ovut, and there's a bunch of different kinds of pops around here that we can pull from. So let's bring in all the Jihai slaves we can find. Do we have any Jihai slaves? Or rather, Xiongnu slaves. Also, before we do this, let's actually remember this time to trade for vegetables. Make this a little bit cheaper. We don't have infinite money at the moment. Actually, we need 2 vegetables. We can retrade for spice later. So this is perfectly fine. Trade for vegetables with Maria and with Qin. There we go. Now we've got the vegetable modifier. Okay. Yeah, let's do it like this. Move into Ovut. Any Xiongnu slaves? Wish I could organize this by category, but nope. That is not an option available to me. Okay. Now, actually, I can have up to 2 of all the other kinds. Yeah. I could just have a slave migration from Ovut, and then I could recolonize it from Jihai really easily. So let's actually just move all of the slaves in here, as long as we have at least 1 more Xiongnu than the other kinds. We could also move Xiongnu tribesmen in here to make it even, to increase the sort of cap we're working with, if that makes sense. All right. Let's see. Let's see, I can go one more Yueshi. No. Yeah, I'll put one more Yueshi slave. I have 2 more Tokarian slaves. Actually, hold on. I have 4 Xiongnu there, so I didn't need to move that tribesman. I can go up to 5 now. Okay. All right. Still possible. Let's see here. No more Yueshi. So now we can move Tokarian. Not from there. Not from there. I can from there. And yeah. I think we can move 1 more Yueshi in here as well. Alright. 16 migration units. We could probably move more in, but I'm almost out of money, so I may as well. I need to recolonize as well with that money, so let's start a migration. Or I guess we won't leave. Oh no, we do. Okay. Actually, Zhihai doesn't have the right. Oh, I moved people from Zhihai. That's right. Whoops. All right. Well, we'll get people into Ovut soon here. I guess I could just settle in Ovut myself. Yeah, I could leave 1 guy here in Ovut. I guess that's true as well. I can actually use these settlers to resettle the land that I leave. There doesn't seem to be any problem with that. So let's have 1 guy. Let's see. There we go. Fix that. Game is kind of leggy for me again, but yeah. And I think these 15 pops. Can Longcheng even take this many? I think so. I think let's go over to Longcheng and see if that makes this that does some funny stuff. Yeah, I think let's just move them all to Longcheng. I guess, you know, it's probably a bit better to disperse them a bit out and about. While they're in Longcheng, they have a better shot of evolving into citizens, freemen, and nobles. And I do need some more tribesmen. How about this? Let's go down the middle here. What do we have? 15. I'll have 5 of you. I'll have to stay here. I'll have 5 tribesmen appear in Longcheng, and then the other 10 I'm gonna split into groups of 2 to settle in other spots in my territory. And then just basically spread Xiongnu tribesmen around in places where that could really benefit the local area. Okay, let's think about this carefully here. So what we probably want to do is think about places where we're currently running borderlands and want there to be more of a Xiongnu presence. So for example, Guyana has a lot of non-Xiongnu, mostly probably slaves. Let's see. These are all Xiongnu. These are all Xiongnu. Chinese Yan. Yeah, we have some Dingling Freeman. Okay, yeah, so let's do it like this. The 5 units will go to Longcheng, and then 2 of you, let's send to southwest Anhuhe. 2 of you will send to south Anhuhe, and then 2 of you will go to west Anhuhe, and then who's left? 2 of you will go to Bayang Konghor, because that is in the right province. And then the last unit will go to East Yanran Mountains. Yeah, so basically what we're doing is essentially we're redistributing we're creating Xiongnu population and moving them into our most core territories to strengthen the effect of borderlands and other modifiers. Guyan's a great province for them to go to, so that seems pretty good. And that's, for now, since we're at flat stability, while our AE is so high, I need to be a little careful, so we'll keep it at 43. No need to do this too much at the moment. It's already a pretty intense micro strategy, or a pretty min-maxing strategy. Also, I should probably raise my army. as I claimed I would last episode. Okay, so what are we going to do here army-wise? 50 units in the Mobe levy? Holy moly, that's kind of crazy. I was not expecting the army to be this big. 5 supply trains. This is truly a barbarian horde right here. Okay, so that's a lot of units, and I think what we can do is I think we can just use the Mobe levy, spawn some in somewhere in the south to fight Jushi, and then the other half that will spawn in Longchang can be there to fight Jiru a little afterwards. So we should try to spawn them near Jushi in a place where they're not going to take extreme attrition all day, every day. And places like that are not super common. Wutugu is pretty good. Hills tile, which means no attrition. Oh my gosh. I guess most of them spawned up here. Where are they? Wait. Oh, this is not the right province. Okay. Well, whoops. Alright, let me just, yeah, I raised the Jiu levy by accident. Okay, that's... Okay, fine. This is the southern extent of, Mobe. That's right. I need to move them. Okay. That's fine. I'll spawn them at, for Uzur. There we go. That's what I was expecting to see, yeah. How much attrition are we taking? 5% attrition. We're a little above the supply limit, needless to say. Yeah, this is pretty brutal. Yikes. Alright, so you, at 5, you're barely below the supply limit. Barely. So come down here to Wutugu, and then from there. This force should be enough to just plow through, although this force has no infantry. So I probably should spawn... I'll spawn the levy here to add infantry to help me take Zhaohe quickly. Jushi still has no allies. Over here, let's see here. I think what we need to do... Let's split this force apart. Where is the... Are all the supply trains down here? All of the supply trains are down here. Okay, that's also not really ideal. That's fine, though. We can survive without supply trains for the brief march we'll do through here. Let's split this army apart. So I'll select you guys, split it apart into 2 stacks, have you come over to the hills over here, and then the other stack can come to those other hills. Come on, select. There we go. Bayonor. There we go. And still too early, probably. Hold on. This truce with Jushi is up. Yeah, still too early to raise my pay, but I will. Oh. Okay, that's fine. They will just disappear. Hopefully they don't snipe anyone while they're moving around. That would be inopportune. Oh my gosh, this friggin' nation is huge. I just can't. I was always amazed at how much territory I'm working with here. Okay, 16th of October, we can raise those guys. High Priest is gone? Wasn't this the High Priest before? Well, he will be the High Priest again. This is a pretty good character. 11 Zeal. Zulu Kwanku. Put you back. I don't know if you were there before, but you are now the High Priest. How much attrition? 5%. Yeah, pillage my land, that's fine. You're not going to damage that much. I don't have much to damage. Alright. Yeah, just post up over there. As we approach October 1st of this year, I recall to not speed through it. Alright, here we go. We're going to call on Akana once again. No need to do anything too creative. Akana does get those boosts from having a temple for her, so let's go for it. Tribesman output. Also a martial perk available. We can, let's see, I guess we also need to go down this tree to get access to this. At this point, it might be worth actually changing the focus from martial to something else. So let's see, a naval trait, that doesn't matter. Naval construction doesn't matter. This is... I still don't know if this is like a permanent modifier. No, it's for the life of the character, probably, which is pretty good. Military values is pretty good. I think that getting this, even for only a couple years while Jisoo is still alive, because I think he's in his 40s now? He's 42. I think he has at least 20 years minimum left in him before he dies of old age. Maybe longer. Who's to say? So with that being said, I could just keep it on the same focus and try to get to military values. Or I could switch it up. And one thing I could switch it up to is the civic focus. Some of these could be quite good. Now, let's not get too complicated here. Let's just keep at it. We'll just keep at it. Yeah, because having this for the rest of his lifetime could still be quite good. What do you get? Daring? Actually, that's pretty good because it's a naval trait, but it gave him one more martial, so that was actually probably worth it. That was definitely worth it. Right, it's a 755, or excuse me, 475, not 755. I'm literally blind. So 25 years into the game, things are going pretty well. So that's good. And yeah, I think we are on track here. You, I think, are trying to settle in this location. It's more pops. Good, good, good. Can raise this soon. This is the best we're going to get attrition-wise around here. These guys can just add Xiongnu pops. Perfectly fine with that. I think at this point we probably do want to start improving opinion. Yeah, that's worth it. Okay, that's fine. Settle down there. Bring more Xiongnu pops into my core. Thank you. Alright. Still have no infantry. That is a problem. I thought I'd have infantry over here. I guess I have to... I guess I have to raise this levy over here. So we have 500 infantry. That'll have to do. That'll have to do. Speed it up again. Settle you. Settle you. Once we hit... I guess I probably raised my armies a little early, now that I think about it. Yeah, I was about 6 months too early. That's fine, I'm not going to lower them because it's going to take... Well, actually, no. I could lower them, and it shouldn't take that long for them to be re-raised. I can at least lower the Mobe levy. No, but then there's going to be all this group that goes away. Actually, that's fine, though, because this group doesn't have infantry. Let's lower the Mobe levy. Okay, yeah. We'll be able to re-raise the Mobe levy in time to come to Jiru for the Jiru War. I think this force down here is probably, yeah, 4K is probably enough to take on Jushi. I think Jushi will have 2K. And we can just, yeah, we can assault Zhaohe with the infantry there. Settle there. And then you are going to settle in here. Oh yeah, there we go. That is some good stuff. Yeah, raise the army a little prematurely. That's fine. I have to get a better gauge of how long it takes to travel across the steppes. Good stuff. Alright. Ooh, getting kind of close. They still don't like competing power, but things are getting pretty good. Diplomatic relations is very high. A gift might, well, probably not quite, but it might push them over the edge in the near future. They're fighting Chu, okay. Oh my gosh, they really are fighting Chu. Are they allied with Wei? No, Wei is just separately fighting Chu. Okay. That's fine. Raise the army maintenance and pay for forts. Okay, good stuff. Let's also raise the levy up here now. Oh, we can't quite. 8 more days. Alright, fine. I'll wait 8 days. There we go. Here? Alright. These guys did not pick up a weird ally, so we are good. If they picked up a Wakesu, I'd be in a bit of an issue, or I'd have a bit of an issue. Because I may not have enough numbers with just these 2 armies to take on both tags at the same time. As it stands, though, I think we're going to be fine. Shame of a governor. In the midst of a follow season, Wu Wei Helian, one of our most esteemed governors, who is the governor of Liang, held a vast and lavish party in his summer palace at Lufu. Even his most loyal subordinates were shocked by this display of contempt for the plight of the common man, and have written directly to us, demanding that some manner of justice is served. Okay, loyalty would be fine if we did this. No. Yeah, he has 7 charisma. I think I'll do this. He has enough loyalty. And I don't want to lose that much popularity on my leader. Okay, let's organize these guys. Okay, we have 1,000 infantry here now, so this is enough. Put you on to that. You follow. Put you on to shock action. Put you on to deception. Put you on to shock action. Alright. And then our truce with Jushi. 1st of September, we go to war there. Okay. Alright. Things are almost in place. Alright, food is low. I am aware. We're going to have some attrition problems down here, but I don't want to. If I just move them back and I move them back again, it would take too long, so I'm just going to have them stay here. 5% isn't that bad. I have enough manpower to withstand that. Okay. Back down to 30 AE. Doing pretty good. Yes, yes, yes. You peace out? Yeah, you peaced out, Chu. Okay. September. All right. A few more days. And then we will finally finish off our borders. Things will be very nice once we get there. Here we go. We're going to declare war on Jushi. Take Beishan. Yep. Alright, we declared war. Jushi rallied together to defend. Not a very concerning threat. Down we go. We should just slam through whoever's here. Actually, is this a level 2 fort? Oh. Okay. With 1,000 men, we might still be able to assault that, but we may have to actually siege this. That's fine. Jushi has no friends in the area. I don't know what Jushi's relationship with Wakesu is. I guess they could befriend Wakesu, but they shouldn't be able to call them in if they weren't already allies. So I think we should be okay. Meanwhile, over here, our truce with Jiru is ready in a couple of months. So we just hang here. I'll go ahead and get these guys organized while I'm thinking about it. You lead with all of my infantry and my supply train. And then you follow with deception. Oh, we only have 2 units? Oh, no, we don't. Put you on to deception again. Follow. Put you on to deception. Deception. I think that's everybody. Okay. I'll go to speed 3 actually. This war shouldn't be too complicated. Are we gonna even spawn their army? Perhaps not. That would be great if they don't spawn their army before I get there. Okay, they will do that. This should be a pretty good fight. We have a much, much better martial advantage. No. They have a much, much better martial advantage, but we have other advantages, so they don't even have full morale. We have very, very, very full morale, so this fight should be basically free. It's in the Oasis. Not great defensive terrain for them. Yeah, they're gonna get shredded. A stack wipe? 4K against 2K stack wipe? I have not seen that before. Wow. That is embarrassing with your 11 martial guy. Yikes. That is brutal. I don't think I've ever seen a 4K against 2K stack wipe. Wow. I can't actually do an assault. I need 4K to do the siege. Okay, well, I did not notice this was a level 2 fort, so that is a problem. And I don't have any troops anywhere available to come help here. I don't really have a good solution to this. I think what I need to do is actually do the Jiru War. I guess I'll recover up to 4K, but being at the amount will still be a problem. I think what I need to do is send... Yeah, this is an issue. I'm at the literal other end of the Earth, and I don't really have a great way to respond to this. I guess I'll just send some cavalry over. I mean, that won't help with the assault, but it will help get the siege secured. So let me just send over a detachment led by a high martial character. Yeah, let me send over... Let me send over the 6 horse archer units. Yeah, just to help out. You're going to go pretty fast. It'll take a while, but they will move. They're the fastest unit I have in my repertoire. So, yeah, I guess now we just hold the fort down. Literally hold the fort down. We'll take attrition, but that's fine. We have enough manpower to withstand that. Yeah, I did not... That was a misplay. That was just a on-its-face misplay. I did not realize that that was level 2 fort, and I think I had every opportunity to realize that. Oh, well. Well, we learn and we move on. Yeah, we're not going to recover fast enough here, especially because we're sieging it. That's fine. Once the horses arrive, we can start the siege. I guess when I first summoned my army, that should have been when I did the... I should have kept the army in that arrangement. I shouldn't have lowered the army down here, because I actually did need the numbers down here. That's fine. That's a good learning experience, and once I'm fighting a more formidable opponent, I can keep that in mind. Yeah. Alright, here we go. Declare war, they're going to bring in Daze. That's perfectly fine. Let's get this over with. War on 2 fronts. Love that. I guess it's 2 wars on 1 front each, more technically. That's fine. We're in winter now, so there's going to be 9 pops here and there. Can't be helped. Yeah, you can try to run, but you're not going to get very far. It's 10th of February. That's fine. Or 9th of February. For everyone's arrived. There we go. Okay. Just fly through that. This should go immediately. Alright. And then we'll come through and delete these guys from the face of the earth. What time? 12th of March. Yeah, they're going to try and run. Not going to get very far. Alright. That's the stack up I was expecting. And now, let's go and try and grab this. Is this fortified? Yeah. One rank. Furs. Yep. I want to grab, like I talked about last episode, I want to grab a Daze in this war as well. It shouldn't be too expensive. It's only two spots. So I think we should be fine. These guys are almost here. Okay. There we go. Stack wipe. And assault. Inspirational neighbor. Our interactions with our neighbor Qin have shown us how their bureaucracy administration work, and in what ways it differs from our own. Actually, I think we've seen one of these events before. Yeah, we can centralize or decentralize, which we're going to decentralize. Qin does not mind. Alright, let's get this thing over and done with. There we go. And with that, I think we should be good to finish that war, possibly now. Alright, give me this. And give me that. Not quite. They will agree to it momentarily. 5 AE is perfectly fine. And this is all land that I want. I'm not going to border anybody new after doing this deal, so we'll just... We'll try and catch these guys to just get a bit more war score, then we should be able to finish that war and lower that levy. Or I guess we can't lower that levy while we're in this war, technically. But we should be out of this war, hopefully pretty soon. Okay, we have enough now. Okay, we're going to go ahead and fully annex these two tribes. There will be 5 AE in total. Jiru and Daze, and then we're going to get some more territory over here, touching or poking into Modong, but not getting any new neighbors critically. All right, let's go for it. Okay, the Hu local power of Jiru accepts our generous peace offer. Jiru Ganlu to Xiongnu and Daze Modong to Xiongnu. Into my dungeons you go. There we go. And that also fixed the, oh no, it didn't fix that. I'll have to deal with Yan for that. Okay, Annex Gonglu is done, 15 popularity for Jisoo, and we can now also grab 10 stability. Hey, that's pretty good. Triumph in Mobe, let's go for it. Finish mission, Matter of Mobe. Matter of Liang, hey, there we go. We now have a new mission, and a very appropriate mission for what we're dealing with here. Let's go ahead and start this. Our fortunes await in foreign lands. The Liang region has been considered part of our borders, yet much of it remains beyond our control. Make sure that it is brought under our influence one way or another. So we need to completely control the region of Liang. Okay. Now, let's look very closely here at what provinces we get claims on by doing Consult the Clan Council. Because I do not want claims on current Qin territory that would upset them. That's not my goal right now. Ultimately, I do want to focus more on taking on Jiu territory first, and then focus on Qin. But I can potentially get claims, or I can. This might focus on provinces that I already control. So let's see here. Zhangye is controlled in part by Liang, or in part by Qin. So I probably don't want to consult the Clan Council quite yet. It's perfectly fine to not start on this. What would we be missing out on? Actually nothing, because it's all stuff further in, so that's actually perfectly fine. We're going to leave that as it is. All right. Now, this army up here, can I lower it? No, I can't dismantle on the war. Okay, so this army is going to, that's kind of annoying. Let's see here. I think what I want this army to do is split apart as much as possible and go into areas where you're going to have... Actually, first, yeah, let's finish moving, and then we'll split apart. and try and take as little attrition as possible as our other war finishes up. 15th of May, when do you guys arrive here? 10th of May. Okay. So, we're going to basically go ahead and split apart into the hills. And you go into maybe those hills. And you go into... Oh my gosh, this terrain is all terrible. Go to Longsheng. And you go to Harabuman, and then I can send someone to Zhihai as well. You try to go to Zhihai. They're not going to get there very soon. Actually, Zhihai's a mountain. Go to Bugat. Yeah, there we go. The goal here is just to minimize the attrition if possible. I know they're going to take attrition as they're moving, but there's not too much I can do about that. Maria wants leather. Yep. Okay, here we go. Finally. I don't think I have enough power to assault with the infantry that I currently have here. I think I'm going to siege it down for a bit first. I think I may have to do the siege naturally, unfortunately. And I have a lot of stability. I probably should... Oh, this might be the perfect opportunity to actually do that migration assault idea that I talked about before. Yeah. If I can migrate while at war, which I'm not sure about. Let me see. Let me check over here. I cannot migrate while at war. Okay, that's good to know. This strategy still is possible if I just do it before the war, if I, like, plan it out. Gosh, hold on, this is going to be a problem. You can get to Yiwu. Okay, you know what? I don't have enough money. Shoot. I should start just assaulting. I'm not going to finish the assault. Maybe I will? Okay, I almost finished the assault. Very, very, very close. But I will be able to get this fort fairly fast here. Yeah, they're going to come take Yiwu. That's annoying, but there's not too much I can do about that at the moment. Let's wait for the siege tech. There we go. Oh my god, finally. Give me this. Okay, once this turns over, I will get that. I might just keep that big fort at Zhaohe, honestly. Monthly tick. Do you want to do it now? No, we need to get this. There we go. Give me that, please. Jushi Beishan to Xiongnu. Okay, into my dungeons you go. And I also need to sell everybody in the dungeons. Right. Jushi Beishan to Xiongnu. There we go. Okay, everyone can get lowered at long last. Whew. Okay. Except for those folks that are moving. Okay, all of you just come here and then stop moving. You're gonna get there in a couple of days, so there we go. Now we can lower everybody. Okay. We also have some new levies. I forgot to raise those in this war. That's fine. They wouldn't have played much of a role. Okay. So, my spices. Okay. I think we've now reached our territorial extent for... Hold on, let me back up here. I was about to say pre-fighting Qin, but we don't want to fight Qin. We can ally with Qin right now. Ooh, wow. That is quite something. Okay, they're very concerned about common threat. Who is Qin threatened by? I guess Wei? It must be Wei, yeah. Yeah, because Qin and Wei are the two most powerful nations in China at the moment. I think it's time. I think we've more than earned our status as an equal to Qin. Alliance with Qin. Here we go. We're going to hold off on doing Consult the Clan Council for quite a while the Qin alliance is in effect. And I should also note the goal of the Qin alliance is largely just to protect me from Qin and, incidentally, from the other Chinese kingdoms. For example, Qi is unlikely to declare war on me while I'm allied with Qin. Now, Qin will get me involved in the Chinese conflict, but that's fine. I don't need to actually play a role militaristically. Just being at war with the other Chinese goobers should be perfectly fine. If Qin goes to war, for example, with Wei or with another big Chinese nation, we certainly could get involved. But ultimately, Qin is sort of like what we did with Yueshi earlier on. This is just a super large version of that. We're going to be looking to eventually exploit and backstab Qin and take their territory for ourselves in order to get to the Steppe Empire. But to get there, we do still need the rest of Jiyu, and that's going to be our focus. So the Qin alliance should more or less protect us from everything in the east, ideally. So let us go for it. Alliance with Qin. The moment has come. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Okay, we have made the offer. Let us see what they say. They have said yes. We are now allied with Qin. Okay. They have got legions. Oh my gosh. Okay. Look at all these passes. What is this? I guess these are mountains? Very forested mountains. Wow. Alright, so that just increased our ranking in the world, probably by quite a bit. Qin very much likes us now. That's great. We're still going to try to keep lowering our AE, but we can be a bit more aggressive with AE now, thanks to that. Although we will have our armies lowered for quite a while now. So I think what we want to do now is we probably want to do some migrations, or at least a migration to get control of Yumen, giving us a border with Lulan. I think, yeah, Wakeshu is allied with Weili. Lulan is alone, and Lulan is our gateway into the Terran Basin area, the Taklamakan area. I mean, I don't know what you call this. Yeah, literally the Terran Basin area. I was completely right about that, and that is a big part of Jiyu. Okay. First of all, let's take a look at our new territory. We have some buildings to deal with. Farming settlement here for sheep. I'm going to destroy that. And then over here at Zhaohe, it is still a city. Do I want to keep this as a city? That is a question. Also, we're on that. That's good. I could also keep... I think I will keep the Donghyami fort just as another back fort here. The level 2 fort here, we're going to be over the fort infrastructure, which will make it very expensive. So I could destroy it down. Actually, there's a couple buildings here. Yeah, I could destroy a lot of these buildings for some money. We should do that. I think I'm going to demote this from being a city. I can later build a city once I'm a Steppe Empire and it's a bit cheaper to do that, but for now, we need money. We need to keep expanding our nation. We're playing the widest game possible. We're just going to destroy all these buildings. And I think it's actually worth it to... yeah, I think we do need to, let's see here. I guess the thing is that a level 1 fort in Zhaohe, especially once it's no longer a city, should be, yeah, let's go ahead and revoke city status as well. Yeah, we already destroyed all the city buildings, so this is good. And I will go ahead and demote the fort, and possibly also destroy the Donghyami fort. I don't... well... Can barbs spawn from here? No. 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 No barb spawning areas around here. I think the Donghyami fort might be a little extra at the moment, because we now have the provincial capital fortified. I'll destroy the Donghyami fort. Yeah, make some more money. And speaking of making money, let's make even more money. First, we'll release the literal baby from our jail. Only fair. And let's also go ahead and do a sacrifice, because we are behind on our sacrifices. Ooh, look at this. 10 martial character. You're going straight into the sacrifice room. I don't know if there's room for it. There will be room for it now. All right, votive offerings for 5 years. Sacrifice. There we go. All right. Everybody else is going to get sold, and we have plenty of room in our tyranny thing. For this, that was 18 gold. That's pretty good. About 13 gold. Yep. Here we go. I'll sell you. Not you. Sell you. These are some valuable prisoners. Release you. Sell. I'll sell you. 7 might have been a bit on the low side, but release you for sure. Definitely sell you. Sell you. And then definitely, oh, not that. Release you. I'm not gonna rival that guy. Definitely gonna release you. Sell you. Get out of here. Sell you. And then 2 more. Sell and then release. I think that should be everybody. Yep. And we have a lot of money. Good stuff. Okay. And policy is still religious conversion. These guys are not happy, but it's actually not too bad. It could be worse. Definitely could be worse. And over here, it's also not too bad. It also could be worse. Okay, and then let's see, up here, policy, I'm going to change this now. These guys are all wrong religion. Or are they? No, these guys are all the right religion. They're the wrong culture group. That's the issue. And over here, actually, yeah, we're already working on culture. So switch this to assimilation. Over here, ooh, hold on. Is this one of my deities? Probably not. Actually, hold on, who? Yeah, actually, that is one of my deities. That's the discipline deity. I think because we're just selecting a kana on cooldown, there's no reason to switch over because the discipline is only for invocation. I'd rather have the war exhaustion modifier. Not that I need a lot of war exhaustion reduction these days, but yeah, I think that's fine. Interesting. I'll leave that holy site there. Let's see. So in this whole province, we could actually colonize the rest of this province by doing a migration. I actually think I should do that. Yeah, I should do a migration and colonize the rest of this because it's now in my control. I can border Yan. That's perfectly fine. With all these spots. Yep, Hulun is arguably the best spot. Also over here. I think I'll just keep Longzhou as my capital over here. Is it hills? It has a river. This is probably the best tile. Yeah, and I don't need this to be my borderland anymore. The thing is, this whole area is so easy to block off with choke points. I don't technically need the literal border of Mobe to be fortified as long as the actual border of my lands is fortified. It being the region split doesn't really matter, so if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. Probably does not, but you know what I'm trying to say. Destroy all this stuff, and then I think we want to fortify Langshu. I think there's a barb spawning area around here. Where is it? I don't know. I also don't need to fortify Langshu, but I probably will build a city there in the future. Over here. Okay, so of all these spots, I think Daxian Beishan might be the best spot for the capital. It does block off this passageway, and it actually blocks off all the different passageways. Directly blocks passageway from over here, which is going to be hard for me to break into, and it does through fort coverage block off the southern passageway, and it touches 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So then Daxian Beishan is going to be my provincial capital over here in Modong. Let's go ahead and get a migration organized, I think, to head on over there and get that all set up. Where do I want to do that from? Actually, let me get back to that in a moment. Let me use this money for something else first. I think I want to go ahead and start building up the city of Longcheng. Yeah. I think what I want to do, I want to start getting these tribesmen... actually, hold on. Okay, this is PI. I could do some special pop stuff. This is an addition by the mod, but I don't think I want to do that at the moment. Could build some buildings over here. I think what I probably want to do is build conscription camps in Longcheng. Longcheng is going to be a manpower producing machine, so I could build 3 conscription camps, and I think I should do that. Let me switch over to the stone trade for a second. Build 3 conscription camps. All right, and then aside from that, I don't have a tribesman building in my city, I don't think. I think I looked at that earlier. I guess, hold on. So Freeman. Yeah. I get so much output from tribesmen. I guess the thing is, having stuff that, so having tax or manpower output boosting buildings will actually sort of indirectly boost my tribesmen. I can't directly boost tribesmen in Longchang, but I can indirectly boost them. Let's see. Where's the output building? I think it's like the Forge Foundry. I don't have the invention for that. Let's see here. Could also get more civ level over here. Let's see. Sorry, I'm just looking at this. Let's actually save our money for now. We'll just have those 3 conscription camps. One thing I might actually want to do is build another city. I don't know. I thought I'd wait until I became a steppe empire to build more cities, but I think I'll save my money for now. Let's save the money. What we will use the money for is organizing another migration. Let me see here. Let's migrate from a Xiongnu area, so probably around Longchang is going to work great. What are we going to need? Let's calculate this. So we at least want to migrate into Daxian and Beishan. So we need 1 Xiongnu, 2, 4, 5, 7, 8. We need 8 Xiongnu, or rather, we need 8 settlers, 8 migrators. Okay, so we can settle it from Longchang to Brisley, so we need 8 migrators. And let's do it from here. Actually, do we have any more slaves in the area? I guess we do have quite a few slaves. Let's move slaves from Longchang, where they're not going to be as productive, and turn them into migrators. Alright, so we can get away with 4 slaves, and we need to just move... we need to move 2 Xiongnu, and then we can move 4 slaves. Actually, hold on, wait. Let's see, 8 minus 3 is 5. So we need 5 Xiongnu, so we need 2 Xiongnu and 4 slaves. Okay, yeah, that's what that was. And then 1 more non-Xiongnu guy. Is there any non... I guess it doesn't need to be non-Xiongnu. We'll just move a Xiongnu from... from here. Okay. Okay, 8 migration units. Okay. And then recolonize from Longchang. Good, we moved the citizen over. That's not the pop I would have picked, but okay, that's fine. Okay, then you guys are gonna head on over here and get to it. All right. Also lower that. And fort maintenance, I think because of our alliance with Qin, I'm now going to lower fort maintenance. I feel safe enough. No one will be stupid enough to attack me while I'm in this situation. Now I should note that a big effect of becoming a steppe empire will be losing our outrageous morale of armies bonus and the levy size multiplier and the tribesman output and the other modifiers. So becoming a steppe empire is going to initially be quite a downgrade. We shouldn't necessarily do it flippantly even once we're able to. What we need to do is, for as long as we can, maintain the migratory tribe experience, especially while there is still easy land to settle and take over. We should hold off from becoming a steppe empire. Really, the big thing is going to be. So here's let me go over my bit. Let me do this event first. I'll finish. Oh my gosh, I will do this event first, and then I'll talk about my plans for the future, and then we'll end the episode with that. Okay, Jisu Lawandi appears to be developing a strong camaraderie with Yiling Shizhuji Huyan. Sometimes it can be advantageous to have a friend watching one's back, but it is not too late to avoid this situation. Yeah, sure, that's fine. He's a chief, so I think that is perfectly fine. Splendid. Right, so here's what I'm trying to say. So I think in our pre-fighting, so again, noting as well that to become a steppe empire, we first have to fight Qin and take over Qin territory. So we're not going to be in a position for quite a while. So the plan here is in the west, I want to get to the extent of the Jiu province more or less and control these super defendable mountain passes and not expand outward into the Sogdian Bactrian areas. Then I start getting into like successor state politics to some extent. I'm not ready to go that far, but I can, for example, get out here to these mountainous areas, extremely defensible, completely defensible, good place to stop. That's the extent. So essentially the region of Jiu, I guess I do technically need all of Jiu anyways to become a steppe empire, so go out to the extent of Jiu and hold there. Over here, so let me actually say in the south, essentially my southern borders are more or less where I plan to extend to. I could, for example, let's see. Actually, no, this is basically perfect, yeah, because I don't want to go into these Chinese regions quite yet, before I'm ready to at least. So I think what's going to likely happen is I'm going to finish off taking on Jiu, and I think the question, so that's a sure thing, so I for sure will finish Jiu first and then turn to Qin after that. The question is, do I do Jiu and also take on everything over here? That's quite a bit more, but it's actually only 3 regions, Modong, Yu, and Jin. And the Modong region especially is going to be very sparse. It's effectively a steppes region. It's just not in the main Asian steppes area. But it is essentially just a steppes region, so it's very familiar territory, only a couple of tribes over here, and lots of possible chances to use migration to get a lot of territory really fast. And the reason I'm thinking about this is if I control the Modong area, even if I don't have good control over, for example, the Korean area or the Yu area, I should say the Jin area or the Yu area, if I control this northern border area, I can hold this down pretty easily. I don't think these guys will come north, because once I control something, these little tribes and whatnot, or these little kingdoms, I guess these are tribes over here, but these guys definitely, some of them are monarchies, but these guys definitely won't attack me once I control it. So if I can just secure the Modong area, then I can lock it down and focus on this area in the future. This is not a huge priority because this will also lead to me potentially meeting many of the, or not meeting, I know about them already, but getting involved in potentially the Japanese stuff. I have to sort of figure out the plan for how I'm going to deal with the far northeastern stuff, but I think what we're going to do is I'm going to loosely commit to this, finish off Jiu first, and then I'm going to go ahead and finish off Modong. And as I'm doing this, in between each of these wars, as I am going to still try to stable a 50 AE, I'm going to play at a brisk but careful pace, and ultimately, in between wars, I'll try to spend stability as I get it to do migrations and move population around. My goal here is going to be to supercharge Longcheng, make Guyan a great location for manpower and other resources, and just generally expand my core. Now, at the moment, my core is essentially just in the middle of Mobe, but the Xiongnu culture is expanding fairly briskly. If we take a look at our total cultural situation, about 43% of our nation is Xiongnu, which for being this wide is quite a bit. This is a lot of assimilation happening to accomplish that. So I think overall, we're basically now looking at the mid-game situation, 27 years in. We basically are already entering the mid-game. And the big thing is now the big paradigm shift of this episode. The alliance with Qin completely protects us from everybody. I don't think anyone in this area will dare attack me if I'm allied with Qin, because all of them know about Qin and are scared of Qin, as I sort of still am. But ultimately, all of this stuff that I'm talking about, taking on Jiu, taking on Modong, all of it is in the service of building up enough power to then backstab Qin and fight Qin for the remainder of Liang, which Qin controls. I need this bit of Liang to then become a steppe empire anyways. Even once I do this, I don't know if I'll want to immediately become a steppe empire. It'll depend on the situation at the time. But that's basically the plan here. So we're now officially leaving the early game. I think we probably have left the early game for quite a while now. But this is an ultra-wide game, as I've talked about before, so it is to be expected. So that's the general plan. We're going to largely focus on taking on the little guys in Liang, finishing off Liang, securing that, and then going into Modong. And we may go back and forth a bit just for AE purposes. Ultimately, though, the goal here is to prepare to fight Qin when the time comes. So that's going to be it for this episode of the Xiongnu Campaign. Things are entering a new era for the nation. Very, very exciting. I will see you all next time.